Everybody. My name is David Bartolome, and I am a GTM consultant for Neptune Software. Have you heard about Neptune Software before? Raise your hand if you have. Have you played with Neptune Software before? Did you like? Okay, so today I'm going to show you another way of doing FIORI applications. It's a low-code, no-code way. We know that SAP also provides tools like these, but we do it in a very different way, okay? And then it's you to judge if we do it better or not, or they complement each other. For me, in my opinion, they complement each other. So before talking about how Neptune works, I want to show you a little bit, very briefly, what we are. So we are a company that has Norwegian roots. We were founded in Norway, in Oslo, by people coming from the SAP world, okay? And they saw this struggle that developers have adapting or modifying applications in FIORI, okay? That was 12 years ago, so now we have grown a lot. We have presence in more than 43 countries, more than 3.5 million end users use Neptune applications every day. Okay, so something good we have been done during all this time. I want you to see this picture, and you as a developer or as an IT person relates to this. Okay, so this is very common, and in my whole professional life, this has happened to me all the time. Okay, so we think we are developing something, but then it's not really used by the end users the way we were designing it, okay? And then changing something that has been developed is very complicated, time-consuming, and very expensive, okay? So Neptune, this is the first approach the first idea that I will give you about Neptune. So Neptune helps you to put a bridge between the user experience, what you think when you are designing and developing an app, and what the user is expecting, okay? We make it easy. Our product is recognized by Gartner as a multi-experience digital platform, okay? So we don't only work with SAP, but we also integrate with many other systems. Oracle, Salesforce, and many others are very easy to integrate with SAP through Neptune applications. And also, as well, we are certified by SAP in all the flavors, okay? So from ERPs to S/4HANA and also SAP BTP. So I said before, we do FIORI differently, okay? Why this? There are many things different. First of all, you can have FIORI without having a specific architecture necessary for FIORI, okay? So you can install Neptune directly in your ERP, in your ECC, and have FIORI applications without needing of a gateway or without being in S4, okay? And also another important thing is that your ABAP developers can do the backend side, the middle side, the API or the OData, but also the front-end side, that usually it's, you need a full-stack developer or a JavaScript developer. So the Neptune idea is that if you have knowledge of ABAP, you could be able as well to create the front-end side of applications. And this is a very important and disruptive thing compared to many other technologies at the moment. And I'm not talking about simple applications, I'm talking that you can do as well very complex applications. Okay? So Neptune software in a nutshell, what gives you is the possibility to create an app factory within your own company. Okay? So you can create solutions for all the business areas, touching all the modules of SAP if you want, also touching other systems that you may have, also matching data all in one single application, and it's all made by you, okay, by the IT department. And not only the IT team, but also the business users can do or can be part of this development of applications, okay? So there are tools inside our platform that allows you to create Applications also if you have no coding knowledge of it. If you are, for example, a functional consultant and you know very well your tables, your process, your function modules, or your BAPIs, you can do an application as well. Okay, I will show you in a moment how can this be possible. Okay, and there are many other benefits of building applications with Neptune. One thing I want to say clear, is not Neptune against FIORI, okay? It's Neptune with FIORI. If you have a FIORI application, which is a standard, it's coming from SAP, and it works, then fine, use that one. And use us when you need to modify something, when you need to customize an application, or when FIORI doesn't provide you with a tool for it, okay? So that's going to be easy for you. The benefits of it is that you can have applications that they have a common user experience. So the same that you have with FIORI, you will have it with Neptune. And you don't need to worry about developing how it looks or how it will perform, but you need to worry about that the application do what you are meant to, that the application is doing what it's meant to be doing, okay? So that the application works well, that finishes a process, and not about colors of the buttons or where I'm putting the buttons, because Neptunes will take care of it, okay? You can integrate all the systems that you have. We have tools that allows you to integrate even with systems that are very old and very difficult to integrate. As an example, a database, AS400, okay? Have you done an integration with AS400? Nobody? Because you can't or because you didn't need to? Well, Neptune allows you to do integration with any system, okay? Not only with SAP. It's very easy to do a mobile application. It's very easy to distribute. It doesn't matter which platform you're using, if you need Android, iOS, Windows Mobile, or also desktop. The same code and the same building works for all of them, okay? So you don't need different SDKs for it. You use one tool for the compilation in different environments with only one source code. You have a workflow designer. You can integrate with chatbots, with machine learning. You can do offline applications as well in a very easy way. And it's very common. Actually, 80% of our customers choose us because we do offline applications very easy. Okay, imagine in a factory where there is, or engineers working in the field where there is no reception, and they need to perform their job, so they can do that completely offline in an application. They can take the pictures, they can do the installations, etc. And whenever they go back home or the office and they have reception, all the data is synchronized with the backend automatically. So all this process is super easy. It's just one click in our tools to make it happen. It's a platform that is very easy to learn and to use. Normally, a training for Neptune lasts a week or even less. Okay? And after a week, anybody can be able to create applications in a very easy way. Obviously, all the security layers are included. Different type of authentications are included as well. And another point is that we are cheap, okay? Compared to many other platforms that could do the same, we are cheaper than that. But how all this that I'm saying works? So the first things that we do is that one of the tools that Neptune has is an API designer, okay, an API factory. So you can convert ABAP objects directly into APIs that could be consumed in apps or also from external systems, okay? Imagine you are having an app developed by any other platform. Well, we give you the integration layer through APIs. So, and I'm talking about ABAP here. There is no extra knowledge required to create an API for SAP. Okay, so if you have an ABAP class, you can convert it directly to an API where all your methods in the class could be operations of the API. Importing parameters of these classes are going to be importing parameters of the operation, etc. Okay, But also you can do much more. So you can transform, for example, function models, or transform A or B reports, or transform SQL queries directly into APIs ready available, okay? Also, we know that our customers have FIORI, okay? They have a layer of FIORI that they can't get rid of, or they don't want to get rid of. And they have OData, so you can still reuse them. You can import them and use them as APIs within our platform, okay? So this is how we do the integration with the backend of SAP, okay? There is a very similar tool also for integrating with any other system, okay, which is not SAP. For example, Salesforce or Oracle, or as I said before, an AS400. So we have connectors that allows you to do this integration. And the other point that we have to do the magic is our app designers, okay? So we have at the moment 2 app designers. One is called App Builder, and is completely no code. It's made specifically for functional consultants, business users, people who have no knowledge at all about programming, okay? So you can build mockups, you can do applications from piece of paper, so you can design in paper your application. How would you like it to look? You take a picture, and the app builder could recognize the fields and create the front-end layer of it for you. And then what you need to do is just connect it with an API that you did before, and voila, you have the application almost done, okay? Then we have another tool, which is called the App Designer, and is our low-code tool, okay? Is thought to be used specifically by ABAP designers, ABAP developers, but also any type of developers, okay? Why this? Because it's very easy to use. Mostly is drag and drop, okay? So you drag the components from one side, then you have a visual of how your application looks at any time, and from the other side, you have as well all the properties of that specific component that you dragged and dropped, okay? So you can manipulate that. You can integrate APIs. You can do binding of the data coming from that API to your UI elements. And what is required of coding here is very little, okay? For example, if you have a button and you need to move to page 2, so that is a little bit of code that you need, okay? And it's JavaScript. But what happens if you are an ABAP developer and you have no idea about JavaScript? So Neptune can help you as well on that. So our platform have a lot of wizards and JS codes already written for you that will help you, okay? So you just need to get the right JavaScript code helper, read the comments about how to use it, and change what you need to change depending on the comments, okay? So it's a tool designed by ABAP developers for ABAP developers, okay? And you have a lot of stuff inside. So you have the full SAP UI5 library inside. You have all the architecture of API layer on it, so you can see the flow of your applications, very visual, very graphical. You have language translation, which is automated if you want to create your application in multiple languages. You have versioning control, and this is something that differentiates us of different app designers in the market, so you can really keep track of the versioning of your applications, okay? And you know exactly that your end users are using the correct version of the app. And also, you don't need to start from scratch with Neptune. So we provide a lot of templates, so applications already made, and you can modify them as you want. And it's very easy to modify an app, okay? And not only applications, but we have as well building blocks, very similar to what SAP offers. So if you need, for example, barcode scanning functionality, all that with the JavaScript required is already been developed by us. You just need to copy and paste within the application that you needed to use. And we have a lot of building blocks available at our marketplace. Okay? So you can do applications that look really nice and use edge technology. Okay? So your employees will have really nice applications, powerful applications, and very modern applications. Okay? You can use image recognition, workflow, chat box, just to mention a few of them. Okay? Some examples of how the application will look. Basic applications, they look exactly like FIORI applications. We use the same themes as FIORI, okay? But you can go further, okay? You can even modify with a theme designer inside our platform the way the applications look, okay? So you can do customized applications. Another example, and this is coming from one of our customers, so you can do dashboards that looks exactly like this and implement as well, 3D models, and you can write in the 3D model. All these things are very easy to integrate and to develop within our platform. Before going to show you a little bit of the platform, I want to tell you this. So our platform has a free trial. If you are curious about it, you can download it from our website. Here is the address, okay? It's completely free. You don't have any limitations of functionality within our platform. The only limitation of the free trial is that you have 2 users. But for you or for your IT team, it's enough, I think, to try out or to play with it, okay? You can install it in your SAP system, could be in Dev, in the sandbox, but also we have an open edition of the app where you don't install it in your SAP, but you install it in your local machine. So you can use as well that to develop applications, to try to play with it. Also, you don't need to start from scratch. You say, okay, how I could install it, but I don't know how to use it. Well, I'm here, and I have a team behind me that can help you anytime that you need. So you can just drop us an email, you can call us, and we will help you to set up your environment and to help you to play with it. And also we have an e-learning inside our website. It's completely free, and it's very friendly, very easy, and normally in 2-3 days you are, is enough for you to start developing and creating applications within the platform. I'm going to pass to, I don't know why this is not visible anymore. 1 second. Okay. So I'm going to show you how an application can be done from the SAP side directly to a front-end side, okay? And let's start with our SAP GUI. So I'm going to show you a very simple application. It's just an application that you pass a material number and then it will give you all the details, okay, just for demo purposes, and we don't have time to do things very complicated at the moment. So everything starts with an API. So you need to create an API that catches the material number from the app and then retrieves all the details of that material, right? So let's say I have this class here, and this class has a method which has one parameter, importing parameter for the material number, and inside your method, you just do whatever you need to do in the ABAP side or your logic, okay? In this case, it's just a select from Mara, and then we'll put all the details in a structure, which is a public attribute of your class, okay? Could be this one. Once you have your ABAP done, in this case, methods, you can have one class with different methods. Normally, it's one class per application, but then you design it as you want. You can do business classes depending on one for material, one for sales, etc. I mean, everybody develops in a different way as you want. Once you have all your methods, all your API ready, you go to our platform, which is here. This is what you will find when you install Neptune, okay? You will have a transaction called Neptune Cockpit, and then it will open here in the browser, and you will have access to all the resources and all the tools to create apps. So App Designer, you have all the JS helpers, documentation, API Designer. So this is where I want you to go. Now, we have the class ready, so we need to create an API. And it's very easy to do, because when you create an app, an API, the only thing you need to tell him is, well, a name, a path, and which class are you converting into an API, okay? And then for each of the operations or the methods in your class that you want to create an endpoint, you will have an operation, okay? So in this case, I'm linking this operation to this method inside my class, and he will automatically pick all your importing parameters from it, and in the response, you just need to know which public attribute would you like to take in consideration for this API. So in this case, we have an API already ready to be used. And you can see here, it already generates a Swagger for you. So even if you're going to be using this API outside Neptune, you can still do it, because you have a Swagger which is universal, and you can convert it and use it whenever you want, even from Postman, for example. Okay. Once you have your API ready, we go to the other tool, which is called the App Designer, the App Designer. Okay, and how it works is very simple. So from one side, you have all the libraries from the SAP UI5. Okay, imagine you need a list, or you need a button, or you need an input field. They are all here. And in the Open Edition, we have even more objects, not from the SAP UI5, but you can have objects from Bootstrap or from Ionic, so you can do even more customized applications, for more beautiful applications, okay? And then the idea is that you drag and drop here components depending on what you need. In this application that I have here, I have an app with just one page, which has an input field for the material, to catch the material that the user is going to be writing. We have a button, and we have a form, okay, to display all the details of that material. And I have an API, okay? So this API, I link it to my API that I created before. And what I'm doing here is saying, okay, whenever you're calling this API, please put the data you received inside my form. How this application works, so if I see, this is how it will look, okay, at the moment. So I can call another material. Let's see if this exists. 190? No. 188? Okay, so automatically when I click there in that button, it will call my API, okay? And the API will put the information here. Obviously, this looks really basic. Normally, applications they don't look like this, but this is just for demo, okay? Also, you can see here, for example, this is created on, and it's bringing me the date just as SAP formatted. You know, I don't want that. So Neptune can help you with that. So when you click on that, you can change the format of all your components. Let me 188. If I want to change this date to change the format, I can click on it and automatically here say, okay, I want to change the format to be date, and you have different type of formats. So I can choose this, for example. And also, I don't want to see all the leading zeros here. So how can I do? I just change here, and I say, delete leading zeros. Should be around number, remove leading zeros. So when I activate this, and I do 188, voila, okay? So it's very easy to do. Normally, if you're developing this in Fiori, just for these two little changes, you need to write a lot of code. With Neptune, it's very easy, it's just, as you saw, 2 clicks. It's the same for offline applications. It's the same for integration with other systems as well. And the good thing about Neptune as well is that all the applications you developed, they can run along Fiori applications all in the same launchpad, okay? You can choose if you want to do the launchpad within our platform. So use a Neptune launchpad and have Fiori applications embedded inside. Or if you want to use a Fiori launchpad and having Neptunes inside, running along all your applications that you have in Fiori, okay? So there is no difference. The end user won't see a difference of what has been developed with Neptune and what's not. And I have 10 minutes left, so I want to show you the other tool, which is the app builder. Okay, and it's the tool that we have for people who has no knowledge at all of programming. So let's say I want to create a new project, I want to create a new application. And let me choose an account here, give a name. Next step, and he tells me, okay, what type of applications would you like to create? So the first page of your app, how would you like to do it? Would you like to start with a blank screen, or would you like to start from a template? So something that has been developed before, an app that has been developed before, or a building block or something. You want to start from a set of data, so an API or a table that you have in your backend, and from that data create a screen. Or would you like to start from a sketch? So imagine, I am very, very graphical. I am always, as you see, I come here as well with my notebook here. I like to draw. And every time I create an app, I go on paper and I draw how I want it to look, okay? So imagine you can do that. And in a piece of paper, you draw how you want the application to look. So you take a picture of it, and you can, let's say I want to use this one, okay, which is a very simple form, which has a header called shipping info, first name, last name. So this will be like a form, okay, with two buttons at the bottom, next step and back. So I tell him, yeah, open it, and I let Neptune now try to identify all the objects from my drawing. So you don't need to be super skilled in drawing. I'm crap at doing that, okay? So, but the good thing is that Neptune is very good in this. And now I just need to control, or just to check that everything that has been recognized by the machine is correct and is the way I want. For example, this has been recognized as a button, and it says next step, so all good. This one is a drop-down, perfect. So in case it made a mistake, you can always fix it, okay? Let's say that this wasn't a combo box, but it's a label. Well, you can say, hey, this is a label. This is not a combo box. But in this case, it did it right, so I'm going to just cancel it. Or if it doesn't recognize something, you can always draw on top of it and tell him what it is, okay? Once you check that everything is correct, for example, I don't want this, I can delete it, and I don't want this either, I can delete it. Once it recognizes this, I can do generate screen, and voila. So you have a full UI5 application, at least the front-end side, which is the most difficult part for, if you come from the ABAP world, if you're an ABAP developer, this is super complicated, okay? So there you are. So you have it ready. Neptune can do it for you. The next step would be do the integration with an API that I show you already how to do it. So it's very simple. So in this way, this is a very good way as well, a good approach to start with the platform, to start developing also the front-end side. Obviously, with this tool, which is completely no-code, you can't build very complex applications, okay? But at least you can start from here. Your business users can start from here, and then when things get complicated or they need a very specific part where it needs coding, then they will call the IT department and say, hey, I left you a gift there in the machine, please can you pick it up and complete it? And then they will grab here, move this development to the other tool, the app designer, and put the more complicated stuff, okay? But this is a very good place to start. I use it a lot for prototyping, for demos or for customers. It's very useful for prototyping and can do much more. So the platform is so much more of what I have shown you today. So I invite you, really, I strongly advise you to go to our website, to download the product, to play in your free time, or to tell your boss, hey, I found this, let's invest a couple of hours per week on this because this is really, really worth it, okay? And that's it for me. So if you have any questions, please. Perfect. Thank you.